Can you believe your child can improve academically without more private lessons, books, or worksheets? Over the past year, I've done home projects with my children, no private lessons at all. And I saw real changes. Their writing became more logical, their math scores jumped, and most importantly, they started studying by themselves. Yes, I designed the curriculum, I prepared the materials, I taught them as a mom. And after every project, we reflected together and adjusted our home learning system. But eventually, I realized something surprising. All of those projects were pointing to one single thing. Today, I want to share how you can support your child's learning at home with no extra money, no extra worksheets, and no special preparation. You don't need anything to start. You can try this right after this video. Let's begin.
1. What schools, tests, and curricula are really asking. If you visit the Harvard College Writing Center, you'll find an article called Strategies for Essay Writing. It begins with this sentence: when you receive a paper assignment, your first step should be to read the assignment prompt carefully to make sure you understand what you are being asked to do. That's it. Good writing starts with understanding the question, and this isn't just about writing. Every curriculum is built around questions. Every project is solving a question. Every test is a collection of questions across different skills. All of life works this way. But here's the problem. Most questioning happens only on paper during study time, not in real life. So children learn to focus on answers, not on what the problem really is. And that's why even hard work can lead to weak results. That's also why modern learning approaches, systems thinking, design thinking, problem-based learning, all emphasize the same thing: define the problem correctly before trying to solve it. This skill matters not only for school, but for real-world achievement, and it all starts with questioning. 2. Feeling the good questions. Now, let's feel what a good question sounds like. I'll show you two versions. Don't analyze, just notice how they feel. What is the answer? What do you think the question is really asking? Why are you upset? What changed right before you felt upset? Why don't you know this? Which part started to feel confusing? What should you write next? What are you trying to say here? What did you do wrong? What worked until it stopped working? You can feel the difference. The second questions: invite thinking, reduce fear, make mistakes feel manageable. They help children break problems into parts. When children answer these questions, they're not just giving answers, they're learning how to understand problems. Over time, repeated questioning like this builds thinking patterns in the brain. Children learn to pause, to reflect, to try again, and they keep trying because the question doesn't come from a worksheet, but from someone they trust. 3. What questions did I actually use during home projects? Over the past year, I've done many projects with my children using ChatGPT. We designed a physical home lab, created characters, built a wellness lab, wrote ethical AI prompts, developed healthy summer snacks, and even invented eco-friendly packaging. All of these projects started from real problems we faced in daily life. The topics were different, but I noticed something important. The questions I asked followed the same pattern every time. 1. Before the project, framing the problem. 2. During the project, thinking while doing. 3. After the project, reflection. After several months of repeating this process, I noticed two skills growing very clearly. The first was consequential thinking. My child began to think ahead, about results, order, and cause and effect. Before, every morning felt like a battle. I had to remind my third grader to get dressed, wash her face, brush her teeth, eat breakfast, put on socks, and pack her bag. Then one day, before a family trip, she woke up at 5 a.m. by herself. She prepared everything and waited at the door smiling. This wasn't about obedience, it was planning. I gave her genuine praise. And after that day, she started preparing on her own every morning. Our mornings became peaceful. The second skill was metacognition, thinking about her own learning. After studying, she began to say things like, I don't really understand this part, or this is where I got confused. As a mom, this changed everything. Instead of guessing how to help, I could see her real struggle immediately. I could support her more precisely, and she could learn faster, with less frustration. 4. How can parents ask good questions? Parents often ask me, I understand good questions matter, but what should I actually say in the moment? Here is the key idea. A simple questioning ladder. You don't need perfect questions. You need the next question. Think of questioning as a ladder. You don't jump to the top. You climb one step at a time. Step 1. Pause the action. What's happening? When a child is stuck, emotional, or confused, the first goal is not fixing. It's slowing the moment down. Ask, what's happening right now? What are you trying to do? Where are you stuck? This step helps the brain move out of panic and into awareness. Step 2. Locate the difficulty. Where did it change? Now help your child find the exact point of confusion. Ask, when did this start to feel hard? Which part feels confusing? What changed from before? This trains problem representation, a core skill of strong thinkers. Step 3. Surface thinking. What are you thinking? Next, invite your child's reasoning out into the open. Ask, what were you thinking when you chose this? What was your plan? What do you think might work? There is no correction here, just listening. This strengthens metacognition. Step 4. Explore options. What else could work? Only after thinking is visible do we explore alternatives. Ask, what else could we try? How is this different from last time? Is there a simpler way? This builds cognitive flexibility and reduces fear of mistakes. Step 5. Anticipate consequences. What might happen? Now help your child think forward. Ask, if we do this, what might happen next? What could go well? What might be hard? This develops consequential thinking and real-world judgment. Step 6. Reflect. What did you learn? After the moment passes, after homework, conflict, or a project, close the loop. Ask, what did you learn? What worked better than before? What will you try next time? This is where learning becomes transferable. One important rule. You don't need all 6 steps. Even one step is enough. The power comes from repetition, not perfection. Over time, children start asking these questions themselves. That's when independent learning begins. Good questions don't make children slower. They make thinking deeper. If this video was helpful for you or your child, please consider subscribing to this channel. I share practical ways parents can support learning at home, step by step. Thank you for watching.